but you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, it depends on if you have termites or not, but the ones that fly, the drywood termites, that's the one that will come around every year. Yeah.
We hardly see those. Once in a while we see them outside.
So Kanye has a lot.
But we don't get that in our house.
Well, they don't come to the house.
So I've seen it.
Yeah.
We've never had issues like on the farm. We had tons of termites. So I knew what it looked like.
Right.
Because I've seen them flying in like swarms. But at our house, we've never had any kind of issue. My dad told me because it's redwood, we're not gonna get that.
Yeah, most times they don't eat through the redwood, but like for us, my front door. Oh wait.
time you're gonna be in good behavior. So we should switch.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon. We're convening the House Committee on Judiciary for decision-making on our 2 p.m. agenda here in Conference Room 325 at the State Capitol, as well as by remote. Up first is Senate Bill 2993 HD1 relating to commercial driver's licenses, which aligns CDL licenses and qualifying standards with federal regulations. And the recommendation is to move this forward as an HD2, fixing the effective date to September 1st, 2020. Any questions? Any comments? If not, Vice Chair.
Okay, voting on SB 2993 HD1, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Representative Bauer. Okay. Representative Cragen, excuse. Representative Lowen, excuse. Representative McKelvey.
Aye.
Representative Nakashima.
Aye.
Representative Caruso.
Aye.
Representative Say, excuse. Representative Takayama.
Aye.
Representative Yamane.
Here, I mean, aye.
Representative Thielen.
Aye.
Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to SB 3158 SD1 relating to motor vehicles, which prohibits a person from intentionally or knowingly manufacturing or installing counterfeit airbags and other restraints. Recommendation is to move this forward as well as an HD1, just making largely first technical amendments and then clarifying the intent pursuant to the language from the Hawaii Auto Dealers Association, and finally adopting the prosecutor's recommendations to change the definition of motor vehicle to airbag required motor vehicle, all just clarifying the overall intent of the bill. And I'll note it has a good date on it already. Any questions or comments on this? If not, Vice Chair.
Okay, voting on SB 3158 SD1, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments, noting the excused absences of Representatives Cragen, Lowen, and Say. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no? Seeing none, Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you. And for the final bill, SB 2139 relating to vacancies, which amends filing deadlines for candidates attempting to fill vacant state Senate seats. We'd like to move this forward as an HD1 as well, making a couple amendments. Pursuant to the request from the Office of Elections, we're going to make the effective date retroactive in order to meet federal requirements. Secondly, we're going to clarify withdrawal procedures, which would allow any candidate to withdraw no later than 75th day prior to the general election to fill a vacancy contemplated by Section 17.3 or 17.4. And finally, we'll make additional tech amendments. Any questions or comments on that? If not, Vice Chair.
Chair?
Oh, sorry.
Does it also clarify what happens to the persons who seek who withdraws?
Yes, so 17, those are the references to those sections which align the House and Senate withdrawal procedures, make them the same so that would there be a vacancy, then the same procedure would apply.
Okay, thank you.
So, sorry, so is that the one person or is that the party doing it? For the one that seat that's vacated? It's the same process?
Same process.
Okay.
Any further discussion? If not, Vice Chair.
Okay, voting on SB 2139, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments, noting the excused absences of Representatives Cragen, Lowen, and Say. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you. That's it. We're adjourned.
Okay.